Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to the class. Today, the topic, new topic, we turn with parts of speech, and now we are moving towards that of tenses. We want to talk about tenses, that how many tenses do we have in English, clear, and then we will start to talk about one by one gradually. So in English, like there are, three eras that can be present, past, and future, clear? Then we have got like three families. Number one, there is the past family. In past family, we have got four tenses. What is that? There is simple past tense, past continuous, past perfect tense, past perfect continuous tense, clear? And then we have got present family. And present, we have simple present, the same thing. Like in all families, like either there is present, past, or future, we have got four categories. Clear? How many? Four. Number one, like we have got in present, simple present tense. Again, in past, we have got simple past tense. In future, again, we have got simple future. Then we have got the second one, continuous one. Past continuous, present continuous, and future continuous. The second family we have, number one, there is simple family. Clear? Number second is continuous family. The third one is perfect family, perfective one. So we can have like past perfect, present perfect, and then you can have that of future perfect. And the last family, there is perfect continuous one. Present perfect continuous, past perfect continuous, and future perfect continuous. So total number of tenses we have in English, there are 12. Clear? So it's quite easy. Now we will start talking about one by one. Get it? We will talk the first one, that is simple past one. Clear? The first family we are going to talk about, that is past family. So in past family, we have got the first one, that is called which tense? That is we have simple past tense. So let's talk about simple past tense. What is simple past tense, and when do we use all the things? Now let me take guide you properly in an easy way. To understand your simple past tense, clear, the first family, you need to understand two things. How many things? 2 points. Point number one is that an action that happened, it happened when it happened in the past. Number one, first thing. That past simple past tense, it talks or it shows an action that happened when it happened in the past. Number one thing. Number two, second, that this action, it happened in a specific time. 2 points are there. Number one, an action completed in the past, when it completed in a specific time. So keep these points in your mind. How many things? 2 points. Whenever you want to talk about your past activities, because it helps you in IELTS, it helps you in your daily conversation, clear? So whenever you want to talk about the past, 2 points must be kept in your mind, that an action, it happened or did not happen. Like for example, in past, last night is what? It's a specific time. If I say that action happened or did not happen, like for example, if I say, I ate my dinner last night, I ate my dinner. When did I eat? Last night. And if this action did not happen, it happened, or if it did not happen, how can I say, I did not eat my dinner last night? So what we can say? We can say two things. Number one, an action happened or did not happen. Clear? And when? In a specific time. So that is the easiest definition you can have it, clear? Or we can say like simple past tense or past indefinite definite tense is used to describe, clear, a completed activity. Which activity? Completed activity that happened or did not happen. That happened or did not happen in a specific or particular time in the past. Clear? So we call it what? We call it of your simple past tense. Now, in simple past tense, few things you should keep in your mind. Clear? What I have written here. In other words, we can say it started in the past and ended in the past in a specific time. The same definition. In this case, clear, in simple past tense, we use which form of the verb? Always we use second form of the verb. The verb, clear, word we use, that is verb second form. Which form? Second form of the verb will be used. Clear? Number one. Number two, if you want to add up the negative one, and a negative, we use did with all subjects. With all subjects, we use what? Did not. and negative form. In negative form, it becomes what? Did not. So we use did not in all negative sentences with all subjects. Like for example, you want to say, I ate my lunch, I did not eat my lunch. Later on, we want to, study in more detail, one by one, the structures we will study here. And the short form of did not is what? Didn't. Did not, short form is didn't. Didn't is the short form here. Get it? Now, let's take the first structure, the positive structure, clear? When you want to talk about the past, so let's take the first structure, and that is the positive structure, how we can, construct a sentence over here. I have written here the structure for you, the first structure. First of all, we use subject. What do we use? Subject, clear? We will have subject in first. Second one is, I had already told you that directly after subject, what we will use? We will use second form of the verb, and rest of the sentence. It's very easy. It's not that difficult. Look, I is what? I is subject. I were, play, I played. I played cricket yesterday. I ate, eat, ate. Second form is ate. I ate my lunch last night. I met my friend. Meet, second form is what? Met. No, now we cannot say that I am met my friend. There is no am, there is no was, or there is nothing. In simple past tense, there is nothing. Simply you will say, number one, subject, and after subject would be, we use in this case, second form of the verb. Clear? Like for example, I taught you grammar yesterday. Teach, second form is taught. So what is important for you that you need to understand the second form of the verbs. What are the first form, the best form, clear? And what are the second form of the verbs? You need to understand about them, clear? All. I slept last night. Sleep, slept. Cook, cooked. Clean, cleaned. Clear? So all in all cases, like take these examples. If you take Ali met his teacher yesterday. Can you see? When did he? Can you see here? This is in the past. And yesterday is what? A specific time. I can say they washed the clothes. When? Last night. Ayan played cricket. When? Last week. Clear? This is the positive structure. Now, if you want to take the negative one, in the negative structure, how we can take, let's take the study about the negative structure. In negative, with all subjects, we use what? We use that of did not. First of all, we will use subject, like this is my subject, and after subject, what we need to use? Did not. Clear? And short form of did not is didn't. Very good. Clear? Did not, short form is over here, I have mentioned didn't. And after didn't, whenever you use did in a sentence, remember we use after did base form of the verb. Clear? First form of the verb, or you can say base or root form of the verb. First form of the verb will be used, clear? In that case. And then rest of the sentence. Like for example, can you see Ali did not? Ali is subject, did not is, clear? Here auxiliary. And after that, can you see I have used what? Meet. I didn't say met. I say meet. Like how can you say the positive? I met Ali yesterday. And if you did not meet him, how can you say I didn't meet Ali? I didn't meet Ali. I met Ali. I didn't meet Ali. And the question one, you will always ask question with that of did. How can we ask question? Did you? After did, we use subject and base form of the verb. Again, did comes here. So whenever, as I said, either it is negative or it is question, like interrogative, we use base form of the verb with did. So remember the first auxiliary that you should understand it in simple past tense, that is what did. So we use the auxiliary verb did in simple past tense. Clear? Which one? Did. Keep in your mind, because we will study different auxiliary and different tenses. So you should understand it. In simple past tense, we use the auxiliary, and that is called what? Did. Like here, did Ali meet his teacher? I want to ask, did Ali? How can you understand, or how can you come to know that this is in simple past? Only you can understand from the auxiliaries. Can you see did? Can you see here did? And here we have did. So you can understand that when somebody asks you a question, even like an examiner on the day, IELTS examiner, he asks you a question with did. Clear? With what did you do last weekend? What did you do? What did? So directly you can understand that examiner is asking you a question in simple past tense. Clear? So from did you can understand, then you will also give your answer in the past. Are you getting it? So from where we can understand? From that of did. As I said that there is important here now. In all these cases, we have started the question with did. Now, what examiner, how he can ask you for more information? He can ask you for more information with these words. Look, what did, why did. Look, reason he wants to ask about. Why? Why did you choose this field? Like for example, you study medical, an examiner asks you, why did you choose studying medical? Why did you? So which question is here? Why did? Did comes simple past tense. It's the tense clear, simple past tense. He can ask you like, where did you study English? When did you study English? Why did you study English? Whom did you study English? How long did you study English? Can you see? So, but after all these words, he can ask you with that of did, clear? You will have did, these are information question words, and you will put did, and after did, what you will have in this case, after this, you may have that of, and all these categories, clear, that of, plus, what you will have? Subject, and after subject, you will have verb. But which form of the verb? Base form of the verb, plus question. Like, where did you study? When did you study? Why did you study? These are the questions that examiner will be asking you. And these questions are for what? These are for simple past tense. Is this clear to all of you? Now, let's study more functions, clear, of simple past tense. We want to study about more functions of what? Simple past tense. That was the basic one. Now we want to study a little bit more advanced functions as well for simple past tense, clear? Function number one of simple past tense is what? That we can combine two clauses together. Like two actions are happening. How many actions? Two actions, clear? Simple past tense also shows a situation and when one action was clear, when in a situation and one action was completed before the second one in the past. Two actions. How many actions? Two actions. Like for example, you want to say, I ate my lunch. This is one action. Look, if I say suppose, let me give you an example. I ate my lunch. This is one action in a situation. The second situation I have here, that is what? When I came home. There are two. Clear? This is a situation. So simply if you want to say like I ate my lunch, I came home. So it does not seem like that much advanced. How can you people say? You can use in this way. You will say, I ate my lunch when I came home. So preposition when is used here. Preposition when is used to combine these two clauses. So this is a situation, clear, when one action was completed before another one. Like first, what did you do? You came home first, this action was completed. And what was the second action? That you ate lunch. Now question arises here that when can I use when? This one, the conjunction when. We always use conjunction when with the second action, not with the first one. Conjunction when will be followed by what? It will be followed by the second action, the action that happens second, not the first. Look, in this case, for example, we will say like this is not the correct one. How can you say first one with the second action, clear? Look, I ate my lunch when I came home. How can you say I ate my I came home? How it would be correct? When I came home, I ate my lunch. So you can also use like in this way, when I came home, but you have used conjunction in the beginning. Where? In the beginning of a sentence. Can you see? In this case, we need to put comma. When I came home, I ate my lunch. So this is also the correct way to write down, clear? So either this way or this way. When he came home, clear? He met his father. He met his father. So this is the way to use the first function of that of simple past tense. Second function we have, simple past tense is also used to show past habit, clear, that no longer exists in the present. Remember, this topic is very important for the IELTS students. Examiner can ask about your past habits. Remember, in spoken, he will ask in what? About your past habit. So whenever he asks about the past habit, so that is used in simple past tense. In this case, we use what? We use used to. What do we use here? Let me explain it in more detail a little bit. We use used to. This structure will be used. What will be used? Used to. So we use used to for past habits. It is used for what? Past habits. Like habits you had, those activities, those habits you had, Claire, that was in the past, but it does not exist anymore in the present time. So we use what? We use that of used to in that case. So again, this is another function of simple past tense that you can talk about your past habits. Like for example, let's take an example here. I used to eat a lot of chocolates when I was a child. Can you people see here? This is my habit. The first one. Look the first sentence, this one. I used to eat chocolates. I used to eat. Can you see here? I used to. Used to. And after used to, what do we use? Base form of the verb. I used to. Like you can say, I used to play cricket. I used to fight with my friends. Clear? So you can use used to. It's in the past, clear? And it shows what? It shows about past habits. Like, can you take the next one? I used to smoke cigarette. It was your past habit, but you do not smoke cigarette right now, clear? I used to fight with my little brother, but you don't fight right now. In the present, it was your habit. Like, for example, I can say, I used to take a lot of coffee. Clear? I used to take or I used to drink coffee frequently, but you do not take coffee that much frequently, but in the past you used to take coffee frequently. So again, the second function of simple past tense we studied here, that is what? That it also talks about past habit. Habit, it does not exist anymore in the present time. Clear? But in that structure, what we use, that is used to. Clear? What we will use here? Used to. And after used to, what we use? Base form of the verb is used. Clear? So this is the second function. It is done by that of your simple past tense. Let's move toward the next one. Third function. Clear? Third function of simple past tense. Simple past tense can also be used with it of past continuous one. With past continuous. Clear? Simple past tense can also be used with past continuous tense. Like to combine two tenses together, to combine both of them, clear? Past continuous with simple past tense. There would be a situation. There will be what? There will be a situation. What type of situation? Like action into action situation. Let me explain you a little bit in more detail. You can have a situation and we can call that situation action into action. What I mean by action into action, it means that when one action was in progress in the past, when one action was in progress, clear? Like for example, one action is here and this action was in continuation, but this action was in what? Progress. When another action happened, this is one action, and what is another action? The second one. Let's take there over here the second one. Another action happened. Look, two actions are here. Yo action jariu tishu triple action osho. Lakata soi po pokhto ki sangawai ya urdu mein hum खाना खा रहे थे जब मेहमान आए. एक action तो जारी था ना. Like one action was in progress. Like azada sevema che ma teaching ko che zama friend rawo. Ya taswai मैं नमाज पढ़ रहा था जब आपने कॉल किया. Whatever you want to say. या आप कह रहे कि like मैं सो रहा था clear जब आपने कॉल किया. So this is what one action was in progress when another action happened. तो इसमें हमारे पास दो tenses होंगे इंशाल्लाह. In simple past tense, past continuous, again we will study it here. But over here दो actions है हमारे पास. एक जारी था जो जारी action था जो progress में था, मतलब सो रहा था. तो ये कौन सा tense है? Past continuous. I will say I was sleeping. I was sleeping. When you called me. अब यहाँ पे देखिए, there are two. Like you called me, you सब्जेक्ट है, कॉल्ड क्या है, सेकंड फॉर्म ऑफ वर्ब, तो ये कौन सा टेंस हुआ, सिंपल पास्ट टेंस, ठीक है। इस साइड पे सिंपल पास्ट टेंस हुआ, जो प्रोग्रेस था आई वाज स्लीपिंग, ये कौन सा टेंस है, पास्ट कंटीन्यूअस, वेरी गुड। प्लस मैंने क्या इस्तेमाल किया, व्हेन, कंजंक्शन व्हेन इस्तेमाल किया, और व्हेन के बाद क्या आ रहा है यहाँ पे, सिंपल पास्ट टेंस, वेरी गुड, क्लियर, सिंपल पास्ट। रिमेंबर कंजंक्शन व्हेन, हमेशा जो कंजंक्शन व्हेन है वो सिंपल पास्ट से पहले आएगा, व्हेन कंजंक्शन जो है वो किस चीज से पहले आएगा, सिंपल पास्ट टेंस से। और जो while है, आप यहाँ पे एक और कंजंक्शन भी इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं, while, ये आएगा किस चीज से पहले, पास्ट कंटीन्यूअस, ये पास्ट कंटीन्यूअस से पहले आएगा। हाउ वी कैन ऑल्सो राइट डाउन इन दिस वे, अब देखिए, अली कॉल्ड मी, कौन सा टेंस हुआ, अली कॉल्ड मी, सिंपल पास्ट टेंस हुआ, हाँ सिंपल पास्ट टेंस हुआ ना, अली कॉल्ड मी, अली सब्जेक्ट है, कॉल्ड इज सेकंड फॉर्म ऑफ वर्ब, अभी हमने पढ़ा। अब यहाँ पे मैं क्या लिखना चाहता हूँ, while I was studying फॉर एग्जाम्पल। अब यहाँ पे देखिए I was studying, ये कौन सा टेंस है, पास्ट कंटीन्यूअस। अब इससे पहले मैंने क्या इस्तेमाल किया, what I have used here, while। लेकिन अगर आप ऊपर वाले जुमले में देखें तो यहाँ पे मैंने क्या किया, you called me, ये सिंपल पास्ट टेंस है, इससे पहले मैंने क्या इस्तेमाल किया, when। So before, while is used before what, while is used before past continuous, while when is used before simple past tense। remember ये जुमले आप इस तरह भी लिख सकते हैं, इस तरीके से, for example as I said, ये जुमला आप लिख सकते हैं कि while I was studying, हाँ very good, then we will put comma, clear, Ali called me, very good, so it will help you in your writing task। and जैसे यहाँ पे ये जुमला है I was sleeping, अब ये भी इस तरीके से, मतलब you can do inversion, how can I write, when you called me, comma I was sleeping for example, ठीक है। So this is how we can write on about that, because it helps you in writing skill and it will help you in that of your spoken as well. That was the next function of your simple past tense. Is this clear to all of you? All right. Fourth function of simple past tense is that simple past tense also shows us what? It shows us state. Simple past tense can also shows us what? It can shows us a state. What I mean by state, look, tenses continuous के अलावा जितने tenses है, दो चीजें हमें show करते हैं, one action and the second one it also shows us a state। एक तो action है, like for example I'm eating, अब ये action हो रहा है, this is action, I'm eating, or I ate my food, simple past tense। लेकिन अगर मैं ये कहूँ कि I'm sick or I was sick, अब action तो नहीं हो रहा, I was sick, ये state है। So simple past tense also shows us a state। Simple past tense shows us what? It also shows us a state। तो ये भी simple past tense ही है। Like for example, I was sick, because was यहाँ पे main verb है, कोई और action word तो नहीं है ना। So the main verb only we have state verb and that is called I was sick। Verbs हैं हमने पढ़ा था, ठीक है। They were absent। They were absent from the class। तो यहाँ पे ये कौन सा tense है? Simple past tense है। I was sick, he was absent, he was happy, they were absent, clear, they were worried। तो ये सारे सिंपल पास्ट टेंसेस है, लेकिन शो क्या करते हैं यहाँ पे? स्टेट। इट डज नॉट शो अस एन एक्शन। दे वर अपसेट, क्लियर, सो एटसेट्रा। इज दिस क्लियर टू ऑल ऑफ यू नाउ? एवरीवन इज क्लियर? ऑलराइट। The fifth function of simple past tense we want to study, that it can also we can go for that of emphatic do or did, sorry, for the past, emphatic did, this topic. What I mean by emphatic did means past emphatic, we call it, clear, that whenever you want to pressurize, when you want to put, you want to emphasize, clear, in a particular point in a sentence, we use that did. How? Let me give you an example, then you will clearly understand it. Look, what I mean by emphatic did. In positive, suppose, let me create a situation for you, then you can better understand. Suppose in your home, somebody broke the mirror. Somebody broke the mirror. And who was that one? He was your brother. And you saw him. You saw your brother that he broke the window. Your father, he comes and he asks who broke the window, and your brother, he said, I didn't. And you come up, and you want to emphasize that you did it. You did it. Who? You. You want to tell him that you, Claire. For example, how can you say, you did break the window. So now here, the word did, in this case, we put the word did. It's an extra. This is extra did. In fact, like, it's a positive statement. Did we use in what? We use in negative in a question. But over here, we have used in positive statement. When you use it in positive statement, what does it mean? It means that it is emphatic did. Emphatic did mean you want to pressurize. You did break the window. Are you getting it? So then in that case, we use that of did. But remember, after did, we use base form of the word, not second. You cannot say like, you did broke the window. You would say, you did break the window. Now, like for example, Ayan did study hard for the exams. He did study hard. Like you tell him, you do not study. You didn't study for the exam. You say, no. He did study hard for the exam, but the paper was difficult. Are you getting it? That the second, like a teacher there, walid se boy hota, the exam the para study na da kare. Clay, your father tells him. But his teacher say, no, he did study hard for the exam. He did study hard. But exam was tough. Are you getting it? So you are pressurizing. So that is called emphatic did. Sixth rule number next, Claire, there is the last function for simple past tense. What is that? We also use, Claire, simple past tense for hypothetical situation. This situation is important for the spoken for the students, Claire, for IELTS. Hypothetical situation. Hypothetical situation is a situation that is not true. It's a type of wish. It's imaginary. It's very important when examiner asks you a question in hypothetical, you need to answer for in a hypothetical way as well. What I mean by hypothetical? Suppose that tawema, kacharta zatala, yew lakh rupaye dar kama, ito pare sake. Real ke khone dekha na. Hypothetical है, it's hypothetical, imaginary. तो आप मुझे जवाब भी कैसे दोगे? तो माता वे सर कच्चरता तासु मारे येव lakh rupaye राकड़े, नजो पे जानला. Suppose whatever you want to buy, agabatko. Ako na tabadawe. Like your answer should be also hypothetical. Without examiner IELTS ke post kai jawab magashan pakar de. Nudalta ki hom the simple past tense it shows us hypothetical situation. What is hypothetical? Like for example, I wish, Claire, it weren't Monday. Simple past tense taken. I wish it weren't. Were dalta ki second form of the verb show. It weren't what? It weren't. Hypothetical के मुंगा weren't में इस्तेमाल हो शी wasn't में इस्तेमाल हो सब subject को मुंगा singular दे खुबियाम तासो weren't इस्तेमाली की ठीक शो पर hypothetical case के I wish it weren't Monday नन Monday खुदा होता wish के यार का नन चरता के काश नन Monday नवे दा hypothetical situation हम देख इस्तेमाली देश you can say I wish, Claire, I didn't have to go to work तक तकार तक फ्लल दी but you wish that if I didn't, Claire, go to work. No hypothetical the param da istemali deshi. Second form of the verb sanga judegi, Claire, forming the simple past tense. How we form that one? Base form of the verb saramanga EDH. Most of the cases, like for example, jump, jumped, pant, panted. But there are some of the spelling rules that you need to understand. Number one, if a word, Claire, of one syllable ends constant plus vowel plus constant, the formula with us, Claire. In case if you have got this formula. Consonant plus vowel plus consonant, double the final consonant. The last consonant will be what? It will be doubled. Like for example, chat. Dalta you go to chat. No C-H-A, H mung sar consonant de, A vowel de, again T mung sa sesho consonant. No the word mung check kalata second form ta kawin ta the last consonant sake double bashi. Chatted. Like stop, stopped. Clear? Ha. If the final consonant is W, X, or Y, don't double it. In case it follows that formula consonant wala. Play, for example, P-L-A-Y. Formula maga follow ki P-L-A-Y. And shewe pasare po Y bani de. چې کله هم یو ورب فارموله دا وي consonant plus vowel plus consonant نو موږ دا خدا کو چې لاست consonant ډبل کو خو په هغه کیس کې باندې ډبل کوي چې هغه په end کې تاسو چې کوم consonant هغه دا درې words وي کم وي په w وي x وي or y like for example c clear for example play fix clear no da موږ څنګه کو دا ډبل کیږي نه پدې کې if last syllable of a longer word is stressed and ends consonant plus this double the last consonant and end like for example in this case long consonant mong sara clear and if it is stressed no bia ho mong like prefer prefer ar mong sara stress ki so that's why we double the last one as well if the first syllable of a longer verb is stressed awalane syllable like mong sara ka charta vi no pa aga time ke mong sirf ed achu aga bya nako like digi gura da de kesta pen open de da follow ki ho maga open awalane stress da mong sara ګوره دلته په prefer کې ګوره prefer کې کم یو دی prefer اخرنه موږ سره consonant دلته کې څه کېږي خو دلته په اولنې word موږ سره څه کېږي stress کېږي بیا دا موږ سره double کو بنه like open opened entered clear like we have swallow swallowed if the verb ends with e که صرف e باندې word ختم شي نو هغه سره موږ ساتو صرف d بچو clear we will just only put d if a word that ends with y نو y باندې ختم شي او د y نه مخکې موږ سره consonant دی then we will change y into I and ed like cry cried خو کچرته که واولي مونږ سره لکه play په وای ختم شو خو دا غینه مخکې واول دی دلته fry کې وای نه مخکې څه دی r دی شاته ته r دی نو consonant دی بیا به مونږ y I ته change کو but in this case like if you take example of play the y نه مخکې مونږ څه چي دلته کې it's vowel then we do not change y into I clear ها په دې کې به موږ سره چې کوم دی you will have irregular words irregular words که چاته نه ورځي نو you can watch that video on YouTube break irregular دی broke د دې لپاره rules نشته regular words لپاره rules ته but irregular لپاره نشته like cage cut teach taught clear for them we do not have so it was all about your simple past tense